Climate change is increasing the frequency of such extreme weather as floods, droughts, fires, and heat waves. It could lead to malnutrition, famine, and higher food prices. The number of days on which temperatures exceed 30 degrees Celsius has risen from 3 to 8 a year in Germany. Mild temperatures will mean the disappearance of alpine glaciers by the end of this century. According to the Climate Service Center Germany, precipitation in Germany has increased by 11% since 1881, and this trend will persist. Rain now falls considerably more often in winter, almost everywhere in Germany. Summers have grown drier in many German states. Germany could be facing costs of 800 billion euros if the temperature increases by 4.5 degrees Celsius over pre-industrial periods. Saxony-Anhalt has also been hit repeatedly by extreme events such as heat waves, storms, and heavy rainfall. An analysis of the climate from 1951 to 2014 objectively demonstrated that the climate has already transformed our state.
The climate crisis is the most important threat to the human mankind, and we all experience the consequences of the climate crisis: drought, floods, storms. 2/3
of global greenhouse gas emissions are linked to the combustion of fossil fuels for heating, electricity generation, transportation, and industry. The 195 countries that signed the Paris Agreement adopted a legally binding global climate deal aimed at limiting the rise of global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius. The state of Saxony-Anhalt has adopted binding climate and energy targets for 2020 and 2030 to support the global climate agenda. Over 53% of the gross energy generation in Saxony-Anhalt comes from renewables such as wind, sun, and biomass. Different regions of Saxony-Anhalt are already satisfying their annual energy demand with renewables. Over 2,800 wind turbines with an installed capacity of over 5.1 gigawatts are in operation. Photovoltaic systems with an installed capacity of 2.5 gigawatts are also producing green energy. Bioenergy systems are making a substantial contribution to the generation of electricity and heat as well. Over 450 megawatts of systems are in operation. Since the state of Saxony-Anhalt has already achieved its target for 2030, it intends to pursue a more ambitious target.
And therefore, it is most important to come to a future with 100% renewable energy. My country, Saxony-Anhalt, is one of the top countries in Germany, particularly because of a large amount of wind energy, and we have the strong aim to come in 2050 to a 100% renewable energy future.
Thanks to the actions adopted, over 71% of the gross electricity consumption has been generated from wind, biomass, and sun. The state of Saxony-Anhalt wants to avoid emitting 31.1 million tons of carbon dioxide by 2020, and the government intends to continue greening the state. 2.8 billion euros have been budgeted for investment in upgrading the electricity grid, allowing greater integration of volatile renewables such as wind and sun. This is also why the state of Saxony-Anhalt and Magdeburg-Stendal University of Applied Sciences are partners in the Interreg Europe project PROSPECT2030, which is intended to develop strategies for decarbonizing the power grid as efficiently as possible.
Green hydrogen is most important for a future with 100% renewable energy. We need green hydrogen for an integrated energy management, and green hydrogen can replace fossil fuels for the industry, and green hydrogen can be stored in caverns, and we here in Saxony-Anhalt have the caverns to store green hydrogen. But to come into this future, research is most important. Therefore, we invest in research on renewable energy, including green hydrogen, and therefore the European funds for research are most important.